Hello, Professor. These are my two tasks for this project. I'm using Python to complete these two tasks. I'll quickly run you through the code. In the first task, I have imported the OS module, and after that, I'm changing the current directory into the location where the text files are stored. That is this location. As you can see, there are three files present inside this folder. So I'm storing those three file names into a list called text files to call them later. And I have used the .txt twice as there is already a .txt present in the file name, so I need to use the extension as well. That's the reason. After that, I am simply creating and opening the merged content.txt file and giving the append permission and the alias as out file. So after that, I am giving the value for I as 0. Basically, this is the index for this list. So while I, that is index, is less than the length of this text files list, I'm opening each file name by its index number here, and I'm giving the read permission. The alias of those files is given as in file. After that, I'm reading the contents inside those files and storing them inside the text variable. The stored content from the text variable is appended to the out file, that is the merged content.txt file. I have used write for that, and this is simply giving the line break for each new text file. Here I am incrementing the index value to go through all the file names, and finally I am closing all the files. So before running that, as you can see, there is no merged content text file yet. So if I run this quickly, now if I open this folder, as you can see, there is a merged content text file. And if I open this, the content from these three files is stored inside this, and there is a line break for each text file. So that is my task one. If I go to the task two, so I'll run you through the code quickly. Here I'm defining the addition function. This is the basic syntax for the addition, and I'm printing the answer in the required format. So I have used the dot 2f to round off the decimal value by for two places. I have used that for all the four functions, and here simply I am returning the answer. The same goes for subtract, multiply, and divide functions. They all have their respective syntaxes and formats. So after that, using the while loop. The reason for using while loop is if the user enters an invalid input here, it will simply iterate the loop and ask for the input again. That is the reason for using while loop. Inside the while loop, made I have made use of the try and except case. So in the try statement, I have asked for the input first and stored it into the choice variable. So the input, it simply asks to enter a choice between these four. So if the user enter the choice basically one or two or three or four, it will ask for two values, A and B, and I have assigned the float type to them. So the user need to enter these two numerics. So if the choice given by the user is one, that basically that is the addition, it will call the addition function, and two, the subtraction function, and the multiply and divide function respectively. And I'm using the break to break this loop after completing this task. And the else case is that if the user entered an invalid input, basically other than these four values, it will print this statement invalid input and iterate through the loop again and ask for the input again. So that is the try case, and in the except case, I have included this scenario where the user will give invalid numeric inputs here for the two values, or even one of those two. So it will print this statement if he gives an invalid input. The difference in this case is it is different from the earlier case where the choice is invalid. In the except case, the value, the one of the values or both the values given is invalid. That's the difference between the try and except scenarios. And once more, I'm simply breaking the while loop here. So if I run this code, as you can see, it is asking for an operation to select between these four. So first I'm giving an invalid input. So it is showing an invalid input and asking us to select again. So in this case, if I give a valid input, it is asking me to enter a number. So I can give any decimal place values. So I'm giving this. And in the second number, if I give an invalid input like XYZ or something, it will ask to, it is saying that the program is expecting two numerical values, and it is simply ending the code as you asked. So I need to run the code again. So in this case, I'm giving input as one and two random numbers. As you can see, it is printing the result in the required format, and it has rounded off the result up to two decimal places. So this is my code for the task 2. Thank you, Professor.